Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be Let's Be Friends and No Contact. Well, I've got a good email success story from a dude who started dating this girl he really liked and hooking up with last summer. And then, of course, the ex-boyfriend was still in the background, and she ended up ditching him to go back to get the ex-boyfriend, if you will, another chance. But by then, he had been reading and following my work, so he knew how to handle the situation. And just recently, she has reached out. So he shares the text exchange part of the text exchange that he had with her when she started reaching out. And he also details some of the things she started doing before she reached out, so he kind of saw it coming already. And of course, when she reached out, he was totally prepared. So it's a great, simple success story. And I like covering these because I know 90% of the guys and girls that come to me, this is what they're trying to either fix a failing relationship, or they're trying to get somebody back that they screwed up with, or maybe somebody they got ditched by another dude. And the quote says, "A person who loves and values themselves will never agree to being friends only when their intention is sex and romance. A person of value knows it is demeaning to stick around in friend zone as a potential backup while the object of his or her affection explores a relationship, but tries to rekindle a relationship with someone else. If you want to be their lover, never agree to being in a strictly platonic relationship or interact with them in a platonic way. Basic deal-making principles dictate that when a deal on your terms is not possible, you must walk away and never look back. By leaving the door open to a future deal in case the other party changes their mind, you set the conditions for the deal you want to be possible if they decide to contact you in the future." So let's go through his email. "Hey Corey, I will make this short and sweet. I want to share an example of a situation where I had hooked up with a girl a few times over last summer and things went great. But I think her ex in the background swayed her away from me due to her comfort level with him." Yeah, I mean, when you start dating somebody, even if you're hooking up, and an ex is still in the background, maybe somebody they dated with for a couple of years maybe, she's going to have a stronger emotional bond to that ex than with you because you're still new, so there's just the time has not passed in order for her to really develop that same kind of emotional bond. And the only thing you can really do in those situations is to let her go, to walk away and never look back, say thanks but no thanks, I'm not interested in just being friends, I really like you, I really want you. After what we just shared, I can't just go to being your buddy and your pal. I want what I want, and I want somebody who's available, who's single, who really appreciates me and wants to see where things go. Because a lot of girls will try to stick a dude in friend zone, and when you agree to that, now you're interacting with them in a platonic way, and forcing yourself to suffer, in essence, in hopes that it doesn't work out with the other guy. And often when you do that, if you agree to stick around as just being friends while she dates the ex-boyfriend or some other guy that maybe she was a little further on down the road with, she's going to lose respect for you. Because if you're a high-value, high-status male, you're not going to sit around and tolerate that bullshit. You want what you want. That's weak deal-making when you agree to sit around in backup position when you want sex and romance and you don't want anything platonic. Because even if you say, hey, I'm interested in something romantic, I'm not interested in being friends, and you continue talking to this person, your words and your actions are not congruent. And that causes a woman to not trust your masculine core. It's a weak negotiating position. And you're just simply not going to get what you want. So she told me that we should just be friends, but nothing more. And this was September of 2016. Luckily for me, I had already been studying your work due to a previous mistake earlier that year with another girl. This is why it's so important to practice the things that you learn. Because let's face it, life isn't all sunshine and roses, and every situation is not going to be completely clean. Sometimes you might meet somebody that's in the middle of a divorce or just about at the end of a divorce, or somebody that's in the middle of a relationship ending, but that ex is still in the background. You just never really know what's going on. And it's nice to know how to show up and how to interact so you can give yourself the best possible chance. Because it's easy just to say, screw her, she went back to the ex-boyfriend, she's out, I don't want to date her. No way, I'm out of here. But as a coach, my job is to help you get what you want. I'm not here to be your priest or your judge or to make your decisions for you. My job is to teach you self-reliance so you can get what you want in your own life without me being there. I think I was successfully able to counter the let's just be friends speech by telling her I didn't agree to that and to let me know if things didn't work out. And apparently they did not, because she reached out to me this morning and the following screenshot that I've attached. And so she says, because typically, I mean, keep in mind, this guy hasn't talked to her since September, and this is, we're in May of 2017. So we're 6 months have passed, he hasn't heard a peep. Now, when a woman reaches out, she's not going to go, hey, I miss you, didn't work out with that other guy, let's get together and go on a date, let's pick up where we left off. They're not going to say something like that. This is typically what you see. Some innocuous thing where she's trying to, because women tend to try to fly under the radar a little bit because they don't want to be embarrassed, because who knows, you may have a girlfriend by the time she reaches out. And so she says, how have you been? And he says, hey, things are great. How are you? And she says, okay, I guess. The weather kind of has me down. And he says, same here. Weather should be better soon. Are you still seeing someone? He's direct. He's decisive. Boom. He goes right to the point. Are you in or are you out? Because remember, as I teach in my book, you should assume if a woman's reaching out to you, it's because she wants to see you. So he's going right for the close. He's already been intimate with this girl. It's not like some stranger. He's just, are you in or you out? Because some women will reach out before they've dumped the ex-boyfriend. And what I like about this particular girl is that obviously, which you'll see in a second, the other dude is out of the picture. And that tells me, or I should say, those are indications that she has a healthy self-esteem and she's not going to keep 2 or 3 dudes in the background or talk to 2 or 3 guys while she's thinking about dumping her boyfriend. I like that. Women that are insecure, that are weak, they can't go it alone, they'll reach out when they're still in a relationship with somebody else to line something up, and when they know for sure that something's lined up, then they'll ditch the other guy. And those are the kind of women that if things are going sideways with you, they start talking to the other male orbiters that are all hanging out in the background. So that's a definite plus in my book, the fact that it appears that she's completely kicked this other dude to the curb, and now she's reaching out to you. Women that have a healthy self-esteem, know their value, they're going to end a relationship, they're going to take some time to be alone, to be single, to get their head together for a little bit, decide what they want, get over the sting of it, and then they'll be open to dating and meeting somebody new. And so her response to, are you still seeing someone? She says, nope, too much drama, so I ended it. Story of my life, I guess. And he says, dang, I don't do drama either. I'd love to see you. When are you free to get together? Right to the fucking point. Love it. And she said, and notice what she says. Pretty much any time. I'm done with my classes, so I have a lot of free time right now. My schedule's wide open. Anytime. So I would say that's a sign of a high level of attraction, high level of romantic interest. She wants to make it easy for him to go out on a date. That's what you want. You don't want to hear, well, I don't think it's going to work out. We're still talking, but things are going sideways. So if a woman does that, if she tells you that she's still with the other guy or it's not completely done yet, then just say, hey, I'd really love to see you, but I only want to see you if you're completely done with the other dude and he's out of your life. I don't want to get involved in the middle of it. It's not right. It's not an honorable way to be. So when the guy's completely out of your life, please do get in touch. And if I'm still single, then maybe we'll get together and go out. You got to be strong enough to do that, because if you agree to go hang out with a girl who's still with somebody else, Now you're going out with a girl who has no fucking integrity, and you're telling her that you're okay with this. And the way she treats him is the way that she's going to treat you if things don't go well. So again, I really like the fact that she kicked this other dude to the curb first before she got in touch. And so he says, I think I successfully was able to counter the let's just be friends speech by telling her I didn't agree to that and to let me know if things didn't work out. And apparently they did not, because she reached out to me this morning, and the following screenshot, which obviously I just went through. Like I've heard you say countless times, there is a reason her ex was her ex. Yeah, there's no reason to get butthurt over it, because at the end of the day, if it ended the first time, it's probably going to end again the second, the third, the fourth, fifth time, however many times they give the other guy a chance. And it was only a matter of time that the 97% man dropped the ball. In my heart, I knew this day would come, practicing infinite patience and holding by the no contact rule. Also, I had this feeling was coming soon because she started liking my Facebook posts again. Now that's very important, because I talk about this in the book, and I've talked about it in many other videos. Because a lot of times, you think of like a little girl, if you've ever seen her by the ocean, and she kind of runs out, and the waves come up on the shore, and she goes put her toe in, and then a big wave comes up, and then she runs back up the beach. And then as the wave goes back out, she'll walk back down close to the water again. And that's kind of what they typically do. It's like putting their toe in the water to kind of test the water a little bit. And so she starts following you and stalking you on Facebook, in essence, and starts liking your posts. I get lots of emails from guys going, hey, this girl I used to date or that went back to her ex-boyfriend has been liking my posts. Is that a sign that she's pursuing me and I should reach out? And it's like, no way. The only time is if she contacts you directly. And what you can see here from his explanation is she started liking his posts, and then she contacted him directly by texting him. So if she texts you directly, she sends you a WhatsApp message, Facebook message, Snapchat, or some other kind of social media, or maybe sends you an email, calls you, that's direct contact. If she starts commenting on your posts, liking them, or just saying, hey, that was really cool, I wouldn't comment back. You can like what she posts maybe, but I wouldn't engage with her directly. I would wait until she contacts you directly. Because again, you don't want somebody that's kind of sitting on the fence or not sure. That's kind of what she's doing by just liking his posts. So you can kind of see it coming. If she's liking your post, you'll notice that becomes more and more frequent, and then she reaches out. And also, if you see her liking your posts a lot, and then all of a sudden she stops liking your posts, that also can be an indication that she's going back and forth with some other dude. When she thinks the relationship that she's in is in doubt, she starts looking around, starts liking your posts. When it looks like things are going to work out after all with the relationship, she kind of disappears, then she comes back again. That's why you want her to make a real effort, because you value yourself. You're not interested in somebody just liking your fucking posts that you're putting out there. You want to see that she's making a real effort, not sitting on the fence, but literally jumping a fence to be with you. And texting him directly means that she was sitting on the fence for a little bit, kind of looking over, and then she finally jumped off and rang your doorbell, i.e. calling, texting, messaging you directly. That's when you respond. He says, but I did not act on her liking my Facebook post. I sat back and I waited, and the pussycat will always return. Ha ha ha. Thank you for everything thus far. So obviously, he's setting a date with this girl, and the fact that she's told him the other dude's out of the picture, I would say there's a really good fucking chance that things are definitely going to progress. So it's also important to remember when you're in this kind of a situation, if the other dude is still hanging around, don't agree to it. Because if you agree to that, now you're giving her your cake and you can eat it too, and that you're just setting yourself up to torture yourself emotionally as you're waiting for her to finally ditch the other guy. It's like you're either in or you're out. You either want to spend time with me or you don't. Remember, he walked away and said, hey, I'm not interested in just being friends. I'm not interested in hanging around while you figure out what you want. And so you also have to be prepared for women to reach out months later, sometimes years later, and they're still with the other guy. And if you agree to talk to them or hang out or see them, then you're basically going back on your word, and that's going to cause her to not trust your masculine core and not respect you. Because if you respect and value yourself, you're going to be like, nah, this guy's got to be out of the picture before we're going to hang out. Just get in touch with me when that happens. And if I'm still single, maybe we'll go out. So if you'd like to get my help personally, the quickest way is to go to my website, click the products tab at the top of your screen, and book a phone session or a Skype audio session with yours truly, and my assistant will get you scheduled. And I will talk to you soon.